Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. So, we are continuing to explore and find things to do that are actually within our level range. So, we're going to head straight to the map and continue trying to find things that are within our level range. So, Nameless Star is where we arrived last time. We're moving closer to Winterscale's realm. Let's do a little chart new routes. So we've now found a way to the Forgotten Twins. Now that is where Urlet wants us to go. And we have another thing there as well. But we're going to head into Nameless Star first and see if we've got anything going on in Nameless Star. Projection from the warp? I mean, like, I can't not click on it. When the Rogue Trader's ship draws near the unidentified celestial body, the machine spirits on every deck, from the captain's bridge to the cargo holds, become frantic. The engines are refusing to cooperate, sending the voidship hurtling towards the epicenter of the anomaly like an arrow toward a target. You awake after unsettled sleep to find yourself lying on a stiff cardboard mat. You're overcome with a strange sense of wrongness. The place is dark and reeks of body odor. Someone elbows you under the ribs and grabs you by the collar, spitting abuse. It is an enforcer patrolling the void ship, and she is clearly displeased. And punch the woman in the face and run away, ask what the problem is, or order the woman to let you go lest she incur the wrath of the Rogue Trader. Now ask what the problem is. The enforcer tosses you unceremoniously into a corner where similarly ragged people are scrubbing the decks. According to the sign on the bulkheads, this is Bay Theta 54, the lower deck, so you have work to do. You need to get going. So I can rob a guard and contact Vigdis using a stolen Vox? Okay, let's do that. You've been studying Enforcers for several cycles now, observing shift changes, trips to the mess, games of regicide, and the aftermath of boozing sessions. On the fourth day, during the shift change, you sneak into their small room and find a Voxcaster that someone left behind. Upon hearing your voice, the Voxmaster gives praise to the Emperor of Humanity. Vigdis explains that you were trapped in an anomaly that made people on the ship inexplicably trade places. A rescue squad was dispatched at once to search for the Lord Captain, but you beat them to it and contacted Vigdis yourself. You had to wait several more ship cycles for the escort squad to make its way from the uppermost decks down to the very bottom. Informed about a high-ranking guest in their midst, the overseers of Bay Theta 54 tried to brighten your stay with passable food, a soft bed and even warm water, a privilege not accorded to the locals. Eventually you see familiar faces of escort officers who have come to retrieve you. I'm just going to go to the void ship bridge. I'm not too worried about it. The Voxmaster gives praise to the Emperor of Humanity as you make your entrance on the captain's bridge. Vigdis explains that you were trapped in an anomaly that made people on the ship inexplicably trade places. We've already said this. A rescue squad immediately dispatched to search for the Rogue Trader, but finding you took quite a bit of time. All's well that ends well. The Lord Captain is at the helm again, continuing his journey through the Koronus Expanse. Long live Malachi von Valancius. Alright, it was just weird. That's fine. Head over here. Scan. We have more stuff, which we're not going to do anything with. This one. Scan. Ooh, we have a thing there. An abandoned tech priest base. Let's go there. Got some stuff. Nice. Here. The sight before you has excited the officer corps, who are delighted to witness the truly majestic end of the planet through the huge windows on the bridge, one of the many nameless worlds throughout the expanse. An unknown reason caused the planet to break into several uneven parts, but strong magnetic field is still preventing them from drifting into the cold abyss of space. The planet's hard interior or inner core has remained almost untouched as thousands of explosions taking place under its shell of hard metals light up the world's heart from the inside. The Augur crew detect several ruined extractiums on the broken planet's surface. Their analysis shows somebody used to mine adamantine here, but abandoned the deposit after the catastrophe. Most of the machines are damaged beyond repair, but the tech adepts claim that one of the complexes can be restored if the rogue trader has the required parts and equipment. Okay, let's provide the technician with scrap to repair it. A few dozen time bells later, the Lord Captain is informed that the repair crew is suffering from relentless headaches, most likely caused by the oppressive magnetic field of the world. However, the machine has been successfully repaired and the extraction of adamantine may continue if the Lord Captain wishes. Of course, the mine needs to be staffed with a squad of working servitors and a maintenance brigade doomed to endure the endless pain caused by the magnetic storms. I mean, I'm going to get the adamantine. You leave a crew, part of the crew to extract adamantine for the Bon Valancius Protectorate. Those fortunate to escape such a fate fervently pray for the lives of their friends and family, hoping to find them in good health should they be reunited someday. I mean, I feel sorta bad, but at the same time, you know, like, that's what they're there for. Right. And now this. Scan. Nothing. Okay. Cool. Quick save. And now it's time to head out. We could do what Urlet wants us to do and investigate the Forgotten Twins. That makes sense. We have 2 reasons to go here. Let's have a look. So the first is... where are we? Yeah. She's convinced some of her kin can be found in a system known to humans as Forgotten Twins. Okay. We also discovered on here... where are we? One of these. We've already done that one. Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Wait, was it an actual quest? Yes, certain matters demand our attention. It's the Vox system that was in being weird. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, let's head to the Forgotten Twins and see what happens there. Lord Captain, I keep receiving reports about malfunctions among the various ship systems. This time we are dealing with inexplicable temperature fluctuations. Thermal controls failures were observed not only in individual compartments, but even in the soldiers' protective equipment. Several crew members have suffered burns and frostbite. The tech priests are performing the rites of machine spirit pacification and remain convinced that the issues were caused by the spirit's obstinacy and defiance. The reports claim the incidents remain well within the scope of expected performance parameters. Over the last few days, complaints about the malfunctioning thermal controls have dwindled, but the crew members have started whispering that our vessel is haunted. The tech priest's assurances that only the machine spirit's tempers are to blame were doing nothing to dissuade these ridiculous rumors. Okay. Colony Yanis has begun a new stage of development? Cool. So, does this mean it's finished its previous project? It does. So we've now finished Dirty Bureaucracy. Also, Chronicles of the Protectorate 1, the Rogue Trader tested the Malpian's faith. Okay. Interesting. Let's have a look here. So this is rank 3, right? No, we can't take rank 3 ones. We could take another rank 2 one. Okay. So does this mean, are we done with this? Wait, Dirty Bureaucracy gave us Profit Factor. Yeah, cool. And it gave us the Unquenchable Greed thing. Oh, okay. So what do we need to do these? So we need Reputation with the Imperial Navy as a requirement. Or we need to have Weapons as a requirement. Oh, and Bonfires of Righteousness for that one. Or Bonfires of Righteousness, Good Tidings. Then the Shrine, we would need to have Good Tidings. So we should decide which one of these to do and then take one of the projects, because we currently, we currently can't do any of them due to not having the previous projects, I think. Yeah. So, let's start at the first one. Accuser of Sin. The charge ability gains additional damage equal to the wearer's willpower bonus against demons and Xenos. Okay. You get Profit Factor, you get Drusian stuff, you get Complacency. Thousands of believers are flocking to Falstone in the hopes of serving the Emperor. Their energy can be directed towards colonization and conquest of new worlds, as commanded by St. Drusus. The construction of pilgrims' arcs will require enormous resources, but wealth is nothing to a true believer. Crusade. So that would get us the guidance of the Astronomicon feature. So 10 bonus to all characteristics during warp encounter battles. So that's the random battles that can happen traveling between worlds. Or traveling between systems. The Lord Captain's retinue gains the Accusation of Heresy feature, saying 20% damage against demons. Insecurity for all colonies, which apparently doesn't matter. And the Lord Captain gains the Accusation of Heresy feature, which is the same as this. These are the same thing. House von Valancius's worlds may be untouched by corruption, but many of the enemies of the faith are still lurking all around. The pilgrims of Falstone are aflame with fanaticism. They need weapons and ships, and whoever gifts these holy tools will be vested with a modicum of the God Emperor's power. May the crusade against corruption and idolatry commence. So we need bonfires of righteousness and weapons and people to do that one. Okay. And then Shrine, which gets us the Hammer of Epiphany. All damage dealt when this weapon pushes an enemy is increased by 100%. Okay. Gets the profit factor, complacency, security, efficiency. Okay. Need a lot of profit factor though to do it. Shrine worlds are the treasures of the Imperium, spiritual gems shining in the darkness. For Falstone to become a shrine world will require an ocean's worth of thrones in bribes to greedy ecclesiarchy officials, as well as mountains of extremely rare materials to erect cathedrals worthy of the status. However, succeeding would give House von Valancius prestige and the Order of the Hammer's eternal gratitude. Okay, but to do this, we need good tidings or bonfires of righteousness to do any of these, right? Yes, so good tidings can do either of those, bonfire can do either of these. Which one do I feel like I want to do? I mean, I guess this one maybe, in Drusus's footsteps. But Shrine would be fine as well. What do we need for good tidings? We just need phlogiston. And then that gives us all allies gain dogmatic rank % hit chance. Okay. Not relevant. So actually we don't want good tidings. We want bonfire of righteousness if we're going to get one of these. For that we need complacency and efficiency to be higher. Oh, okay. It seems like we can do some of these earlier ones. I wonder whether that would allow us to complete these. Also wondering how many ranks there are of these, or if these are the final rank. I don't know. Well, what are our current stats? Let's just have a look. So bonfires of righteousness. We need complacency and efficiency. Currently is 0 and 1. So currently we're doing nothing with those. We could get indulgences for sale. Could do that. Can I undo a project? So if I have a project done, can I... No, you can't undo anything. Okay. Could do touched by his holiness, maybe? Increase our complacency. I kind of feel like I want to do nothing, but that doesn't seem correct. Maybe I'll do this then. X amount of profit factor produced by the colony and the speed of projects. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Why not? Just see what happens. I can also do another one, apparently at the same time, I guess, if I had the ability to. Oh no, these are locked anyway, so that's fine. Right. Chart new routes. I don't know what we're doing with that system, I'll be honest. It's given us very little in the form of like guidance, so I will do whatever seems right. Let's visit the Forgotten Twins. The coordinates from the ship's log lead to an unremarkable star system. The Augur crew reports that the arrays cannot register anything worthy of the Lord Captain's attention. Was this log entry just someone's idea of a joke? If someone has decided to mock the rogue trader, they are playing a dangerous game. So we have traces of a ship battle, so that must be what we need to go for Urlet. Let's go to some of these planets first. Okay. Have a look here. So we got Plasteel. This one. What have we got? We have Unknown. The cogitator screen highlights the shapes of several buildings. The small settlement, the only one on the planet, is a Winterscale Dynasty outpost. Let's visit it. After a lengthy descent to the planet, you are rewarded with a dismal sight. The entire outpost consists of long columns of uniform bunkhouses, machine hangars, and a large headquarters topped with the massive antenna of an ancient voxcaster. The binary suns hanging in the sky make every object cast two shadows, a spectacle you find vaguely disturbing. The custodian and his people go out of their way to give the esteemed guest a proper reception, but the resources are scarce at best. Let's talk to them. The custodian shares alarming news. The outpost is highly dependent on various deliveries from the core Winterscale worlds, but 2 ships have already failed to arrive on schedule. The locals do not have an astropath of their own, so the custodian cannot determine the cause of the delays or request aid. The outpost will run out of food at this rate, so the custodian sends an urgent request for provisions. He's begging you for help, offering what little his settlement has in exchange. I will supply the outpost with the provisions it needs. Okay, so I lost the provisions and gained needle rifle. The custodian showers you with gratitude and hurries to send gifts in return. The formerly grim and worried faces of his men light with relief. When this shot hits, it poisons the target with viral toxin for 3 rounds if the enemy fails a toughness resistance test. Okay. Oh, plus all of this. Okay. It's not too bad. The return journey treats you to a rare and unexpected spectacle. An eclipse begins as one of the 2 local suns covers the other. You watch as the temperature drops, the lighting changes, and the double shadows vanish. The 2 discs in the sky merge, forming a shimmering oval and then become one. Eventually, the fantastic event passes, leaving behind a vivid memory. So I'm assuming that's us being there, right? The Winterscale Dynasty hails us, thanks him for his help. The locals are indebted. Glory to the rogue trader. Maybe we can go back there at some point? I'm not sure. But it seems that we can continually click on it if we want to. Right. This new needle, whatever we got. Needle rifle. So we lose a little bit of hit chance. Lose a little bit of damage, but it's better armor pen. You can't use it. Maybe we could give it to... Idira. Why not? It's better damage than her thing. The hit chance is lower though. But sure, let's give her a needle rifle. It's something different. Okay. Cool. Also fits her brown aesthetic she has going on. Quick save. Go through the suns here. And over this way. What have we got? Nothing. The telemetry indicates that these are remnants of an Imperial world, a sorry sight. It is unlikely we will ever learn what catastrophe took place here. What do you mean, unless we go to the traces of the space battle? Storm to end all storms. The crew retreated to a truly impressive sight, a colossal storm on the gas giant's surface. The planet's dimensions in themselves were mind-boggling. Then it birthed a tempest, the storm to end all storms. As the Lord Captain and his officers observed it from a safe distance through the bridge's huge viewing window, someone suggested giving it a name, and the Emperor's wrath garnered the most votes. Some of the crew believed it to be believed the storm to be an omen. We can only hope it's an omen of great things to come. Okay, and then we have this one. Scan it. Nothing. Okay. So, the only thing in the system that could be related to Erlet is the traces of a space battle. Which, to be fair, is the one we thought was. Lord Captain, there's evidence of a recent scuffle straight ahead of us. Throne take me. This is not a frigate, it's a gutted piece. This is just a gutted piece of metal. The helmsman falls silent for a moment. Blimey, the culprits are here too. It's the Alderi freaks. I recognize their shiny asses even from this distance, except... the Xenos are acting suspiciously. They're hovering in place and not even trying to run. Should we approach or open fire from a distance? Call off your people, Elentak. Something is wrong. The children of Asuryan are dismayed, but doing something like this to a Monkey vessel? No, we are not animals. I appeal to your prudence and the promise you made. Do not destroy my kin for the deeds they did not commit. Lord Captain, We have received a report from the Augur crew. The situation is unusual. The Xenos ship displays no biological or energetical signatures, even though it appears to be intact. According to the scanners, there is nobody on board. However, survivors are believed to be hiding in one of the compartments of the damaged vessel of the Imperium. We have spotted some drifting plating remains that belong to a third unidentified vessel. Dispatch a rescue team if there are any survivors at the frigate. It will be done. Figures flips the switch on the Vox system's cogitator and the transmission goes quiet for a while. Ooh, we got some stuff. Nice, we got Xeno artifacts and fuel. Lord Captain, the scouts managed to rescue several emaciated officers from the wrecked ship. Despite their wounds, they were able to tell us what had happened. During a patrol, the frigate discovered an Alderi ship crossing the system and decided to immediately attack enemies of humanity. The Xenos vessel proved too fast and skittish, but at one point the engines failed, giving the frigate a chance to attack. When the guns were aimed, several Drukhari ships suddenly pounced from the darkness. At first they attacked from a distance, but soon they boarded the frigate and wreaked a bloody massacre on the decks. It's only by sheer miracle that surviving officers managed to escape, locking themselves in a hidden technical compartment the Xenos had no use for. The survivors claim the Xenos conspired and deliberately led the ship into a trap where it met its doom. The Xenos joined forces to eliminate a vessel of the Imperium. An alliance between the Alderi and the Drukhari is an unusual sight, and yet such outcome is hardly surprising. Why, Master Interrogator, I was thinking exactly the same thing. At last you and I can agree on something. How blind are the monkey to the voices of their own kind. Humans attack a ship of the children of Asaryan sailing peacefully by, but it's my kinspeople who are to blame. Roulette is beside herself with contempt and rage. No, my kind would not butcher the Dark Ones of their own volition and then abandon their ship. Something else is happening here, something I am afraid to even consider. Okay. Have the acolytes of the machine cult identify the remains of the third vessel, so it should be Drukhari. The Vox Master relays the orders to the tech priest and promptly receives a reply. Lord Captain, I'm reporting that the hull fragments belong to the Drukhari Xenos race, but the presence of their ship in the system at this time has not been confirmed. Alright, send a shuttle with scouts to investigate the Xenos ship. Alright, we got some stuff. We got some Xeno artifacts. After several hours of tedious waiting, Victus gets back on air. Lord Captain, the scouts confirm our earlier report. The Xenos ship is intact. Many valuable artifacts have been found inside, but neither the Alderi nor their bodies were discovered. Two-handed exotic weapon? Ooh. We are late again, Ellen Tack. Erlette's voice sounds faint and almost listless. We have done everything we could. We are leaving. As you command, Lord Captain. Okay. Oh, we leveled up. Okay, so there's not a lot to do there, but that's okay. We got another shuriken catapult, shuriken catapult, which again is not that useful for us, but okay, we got it. Cool. Well, let's head back to the bridge, because we're kind of finished with Forgotten Twins, and I think what would be a good thing to do is to level up. I think that's going to be a good next step. Okay. I'll admit, I'm still a little lost as to what I'm meant to be doing in the game moment to moment. I know we can advance the main story, but the rest of it's just exploring. And exploring is cool, but it's kind of like, it's just exploring for exploring's sake. I'm not working towards anything. But again, I haven't done the main story, and maybe the main story is like, yeah, you should go and explore and that'll get you X, Y, Z, right? So, you know, you can't really judge it because I'm not really playing the game the way it wants you to play, or the way it tells you to play it, I should say. It might want you to do this, but it doesn't tell you to. Alright, skill. Lore Imperium would be good. Persuasion not. Commerce Demolitions no. Logic is great. I think our logic is high enough though. We could also get Lore Xenos, potentially. There's some lore in... Who has Lore Imperium? Actually, Jay has a lot of Lore Imperium. Nobody has any Lore Xenos. Let's grab some Lore Xenos, maybe? The only person who's equal is Urlet. Although we could also just go Logic and just keep pushing that up. If we had Lore Warp, we should go it, because nobody else has that, but... yeah, maybe I just push more points into Logic, or... I don't know. Maybe Lore Xenos. Let's go Lore Xenos. And then here... let's see. I'm just seeing what we got here. First strategy in a turn is cheaper. I think what I wanted to do was, because didn't we take advanced, we took base skill logic, we're going to take advanced skill logic, right? No, we have advanced skill tech use available. Why can I not take advanced skill logic? Did I already take this? I already did. Okay, I'm already ahead of where I was. That's fine. Just seeing what my options are here. Rerolls forced by the kill zone stratagem are made with a -15 penalty. This is where if they manage to dodge, you can re-roll it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take inescapable zone. That seems good. Make them it's like if you pass, you have to re-roll it with a penalty. That's good. You can actually see it here. Yeah, successful dodge and parry tests would have to be re-rolled, and we can do it with a penalty as well. That sounds cool. Right. J. Talents. So we took this one against all odds last time. We could take hidden advantage to continually push up here. What else have we got here? Press the advantage, ignores cover and dodge. It's kind of useful. It means our attacks will hit. Like our powered up attacks hit. I kind of like that actually. You know what? Let's take that. Press the advantage, which is this one, which gives us extra damage. Having it ignore cover and dodge means that we can actually just do damage. I think that's useful. And then here, commerce would seem like the obvious choice here, because that's the thing that she does that nobody else does. Although her lore Imperium is also incredible, but commerce is the one that is just her. Next up we have Argenta. Skill, demolitions, easiest choice we could make. And then here, let's see what we got. Gain critical damage for every stack of versatility. When the Archmilitant attacks targets that have their dodge reduced by any effects applied by the Archmilitant's allies, they gain critical hit chance. And parry, the same kind of thing. Every round, the first single target ability used by an ally on the Archmilitant grants 1 action point to the ally. In a stack of versatility, whenever an ally grants the Archmilitant an extra turn, Wildfire is cheaper. I'm just seeing what our options were, because I must have I must have looked at these for a while. Lowering armor and deflection gives us extra stuff as well. I do like bonus to critical damage for each stack of versatility. You could start stacking that fairly quickly. Let's do that. Let's take critical versatility. I think we could stack that very, very, very quickly and then end up in very silly situations for the amount that a crit does. Right. Idira. Talent. Do you want to take psychic talents, maybe? We were looking at these before. First time in combat that an ally becomes a target of psychic power, this ally gains 10 to weapon skill and ballistic skill. That's cool. After triggering stuff, you get 1 less action point for perils of... After triggering a psychic phenomenon or perils of the warp for the first time each turn, the next psychic power costs 1 less action point. Maybe. Okay. Let's see. When the Psyker uses a divination psychic power on an ally without a natural luck effect, the ally gains unnatural luck. When the ally suffers a critical hit, it becomes a normal hit, and the unnatural luck is removed. That's cool. Let's see what options we have here. I think we must have been through these before, so I don't want to do it too much. Allies under the effect of at least one of the psychic, at least one psychic power gain additional. So that would be additional 11% to armor pen. That's kind of cool. I like that. Let's see. We do have some other stuff we could take for being a bounty hunter. But the problem is the bounty hunter one's never really made sense for her. Really? Yeah, so let's maybe take let's take Fatebringer. I think that could be good. And then on top of that we can take awareness. Yeah. That I think works for us. Let's do that. Next, Heinrichs. 1 talent. Okay. First use of an assassin ability costs 0 AP each turn. What other stuff does he have? He has some stuff down here as well. Edge of Dawn. Enemies adjacent to the Psyker suffer more damage. First time momentum equals reaches 200 during the Psyker's turn. The Psyker gives +5 to all characteristics, 1 resolve, 1 deflection, 1 damage to the Psyker until the till the Psyker deal the Psyker deals until the end of combat. Okay. That's fine. See what other stuff we have down here. Every time the Psyker deals damage, they gain 1 stack of the Sanguine Siphon effect. Damage was dealt to a target adjacent to the Psyker, they gain 2 stacks. When the Psyker suffers lethal damage, it reduces damage by 1 for each stack. Okay. Until all stacks are removed or it's no longer lethal. All the Psyker's attacks, including psychic powers, now poison enemies. This poison deals 3 plus 3 times Psi rating, so that's going to be 9 toxic damage at the start of each of the enemy's turns. I mean, that's kind of cool. It's not insane, but it does scale a little bit with your psychic rating. Whenever the Psyker is healed or heals any ally, if the character being healed is already at full wounds, they will gain temporary wounds instead. Whenever they heal themselves or another character with psychic powers, or an effect applied by a psychic power, this healing can critically heal. Okay. Whenever effect applied by the Psyker increases damage suffered by the target, the damage this effect is increased by half. Okay. On the first turn of every combat, all psychic powers of the Biomancy discipline cost 1 less action point. Maybe. While the Psyker is not in the target's line of sight or the Psyker is in cover, all resistance tests of a target suffer. First psychic power used each combat reduces veil degradation. Okay. The Psyker's psychic powers that have a range of 2 or more cells have their range increased by +3. It is useful. Whenever the Psyker uses damaging psychic power on targets that are 6 cells or further, I don't think we have any currently. Heroic Acts lower veil degradation. Psychic powers have a 25% chance to regain AP spent on psychic powers when veil degradation is 10 or less. Okay. Inscribed Soul means that you cannot trigger psychic phenomena on perils of the warp in exchange for 25% maximum wounds. Psyker's resolve is increased by willpower bonus divided by 2 while veil degradation is 10 or lower. Okay. Seeing what else we got in here. Ready to serve? No. The Psyker's critical hit chance is increased by resolve percentage. So 4? Okay. The Psyker's Psi rating is increased by 1 until the end of combat every time an ally uses a heroic act. That's huge. Yeah, I actually think this one's huge. Let's do that. That actually sounds great. Just constantly increasing your Psi rating. Anything like that sounds like it will scale very well during combat. So you can end up with incredibly high Psi ratings, and then your normal abilities will do a lot. Like, this hammer is based off Psi, right? Yeah, it's times by your Psi rating. So every single time we use a heroic act, this will add an extra 5 to Hammer of the Emperor. That's a huge change. Okay. Here, talents. Flay the Bold. Call the Bold additionally removes difficulty tier deflection, willpower, and toughness from the target. Whatever prey that is not being trailed is killed by an ally, the bounty hunter gains an extra turn with half their MP and AP, but they cannot attack. If you attack a mobilized or stunned target, it refunds its cost and does not count towards the attack limit. Potentially good, but again, we don't do that yet. I think I said again because we said it last time. Whenever we score a critical hit, you gain movement speed. Oh yeah, I was going to look at the critical hit ones, right? Whenever a prey is killed, all enemies in a 10-cell radius do stuff. I don't need to care about that. Whenever we score a critical hit, the target's armor is reduced by 6 plus the target's difficulty tier percent until the end of combat stacks. Whenever an enemy is killed by a critical hit scored by the bounty hunter or their allies, the bounty hunter gains 2 times the enemy's difficulty tier percent damage for 2 rounds. Attacks in melee range shouldn't happen. Whenever you score a critical hit for the first time in a round, they gain movement. That's one we just read. First critical hit in a round grants their allies stacking. Target's difficulty tier plus bounty hunter's perception bonus divided by 3. So let's say it's like 4% bonus to armor pen until the end of combat. Once you reload, it's gone. And whenever prey deals damage to bounty hunter's allies, the bounty hunter gains damage against the prey. If kill the bounty kills an enemy, bounty hunter's next attack this turn will always score a critical hit. The bounty hunter's allies gain bounty hunter's perception bonus critical hit chance against enemies affected by prey, trailed, or mobilized. I mean, that's good. That is neat. Yeah, that could be good. Critical chain. Whenever we kill an ally with a critical hit, all allies in a 7-cell radius around the target gain target's difficulty tier percentage critical hit chance. Okay. I'm just seeing what we got. Let's see in here. Whenever the bounty hunter kills an enemy whose difficulty tier is 4 or higher, the bounty hunter immediately reloads their weapon and attacks the closest enemy in their line of sight. This attack gains 50% over penetration, but deals only 4 times ballistic skill plus perception bonus percent. So that would be 12. No, yeah, that would be 12 because it's in brackets. Times by 4, so we're looking at 48% of the bounty hunter's usual damage. It's a free attack, I suppose. I was also wondering, can I take proficiencies to let me use normal weapons? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know if it would actually let me do it though. But sure, maybe. Because we have Alderi weapon proficiency. I was just wondering, I guess we could then use these if we wanted to. Not that I want to, but still. Sure. How about expert finesse? I think an extra shot is very good, so kill at a level 4 or higher and then immediately shoot something else. Only problem with that is you have to kill level 4 or higher for it to be useful. Which is obviously more difficult than it seems. Call the Bold, though, is immediately useful. Yeah. And it scales off of difficulty tier. Okay, potentially. I'm going to take Expert Finesse. We're going to hope that it's good. Oh, and then I need to take one of these. Awareness, right? Yeah. Yeah, Awareness. Wonderful. Although we could also take Lorozinos. But we just took Lorozinos on Malachi, so I don't need to. Let's take Awareness. Wonderful. Next up, we have Cassia. Cassia, we get available talents. There were some that people said, you know what, I'm going to Alt-Tab and just double-check if I can find the comment, because somebody said a couple of things, and I'm just checking. I don't know if there were abilities or talents, but we'll just double-check here. Where are we? I'm almost there. Held in my gaze and notch of purpose. Held in my gaze and notch of purpose. I think these might be these. Held in my... Yes, okay. So let's not worry about it then. That's fine. Let's see what we got. What have we got down here? Unblinking Stare. Till the end of combat, enemies damaged by Navigator suffer additional 6 damage from all attacks of opportunity and cannot dodge them. Whenever an enemy fails a resistance test, attacks against them gain 20 plus 2 times perception bonus % critical hit chance, reset by a crit. Under my protection, allies that are targeted by Navigator's abilities gain +5 to all resistance tests against warp effects. Okay. And it stacks. Okay. I mean, these are cool stuff. The other thing is that what we could do is we could take one of these ones. Like, we begin combat with additional stacks equal to the number of enemies. Whenever an ally gives a Master Tactician a stack of tactical advantage, they heal. That sort of thing. Could be good. Just seeing what we have here. The target of Inspire gains 1 additional damage for every 10 stacks of tactical advantage until the beginning of the Master Tactician's next turn. Okay, so it also gives you like a short-term benefit as well. Okay. All allies have 25% dodge against attacks made by allies, deal 25% less damage to allies, and don't crit allies. Okay. That's kind of interesting. Whenever we heal an ally, we're not really healing. Whenever we reload a weapon, we're not really shooting. We're not using med kits. Every enemy killed increases resolve. Okay. Don't need to worry about that one. Just seeing what my options are here. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever you gain momentum, you gain 1 more. Whenever you lose momentum, you lose 1 less. It gives you more heroic acts, I suppose. I think I'm going to take Against All Odds. We took it on J, but I think it is the best. And then probably Persuasion, because that's your skill. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Right. Pascal. 1 talent. Deadly Calculation? No, I don't think we need that. There was some down here we were looking at, right? We gain dodge reduction and parry reduction with melee weapons. If an enemy dodges or parries his attack, the bonus is doubled against the next melee attack against that enemy. That's cool. Oh, we can base these things on intelligence instead of fellowship. Persuasion, coercion, and commerce. That's kind of cool. Yeah, let's take calculated relations. Although we could also take, I just realized, we could take heavy armor proficiency, right? No? How'd you get heavy armor? This is heavy weapon proficiency. There's power armor. Oh, sorry, there's power weapon. Yeah, I was looking for armor. Is there any armor proficiencies? There you go, power armor proficiency. But where's like heavy armor proficiency? You already have it? Let's have a look here. Do I have you in heavy armor? No. And you see you can't use that because you don't have heavy armor proficiency. Yeah, so I want to have a look at your... There we go, go over to the person. Want to have a look at heavy armor. Okay, so it's going to be in the center near armor proficiencies. Heavy armor proficiency. Could I sort by... Oh, heavy armor proficiency. There we go. Locked by its strength 15. Oh, it's, yeah, I'm 15 strength off. Oh, yeah, I think I remember that. Is there a way of cheesing it? Do we have anything that increases somebody's strength right now? Like, you might have something, right? We have the augmented loves give you 5. I was trying to see whether we could get like a couple. Or wait, is there a temporary buff that we could get here? Let's see here. No. Just see, plus 15 to strength. Okay. Time to see if cheesing works. Find Pascal. I did a quick save before this. Equip. You can't use it. You can't use it outside of combat. Alright, well, never mind then. We will not worry about that then. Let's see here. I'm going to take calculated relations, so these base themselves off of that. Is that even worth doing? They gain plus 40, is that right? They gain plus 40. So they're based off of intelligence rather than fellowship. Yeah. But is 65 in any of these actually worth it? No, it isn't. Never mind, I'm not going to take that. Ooh, okay. Gain 6 MP in the first round of combat. Every successful melee attack grants Pascal 8 bonus divided by 2 MP for the next round. I do like the ability to move him. He does kind of, he's kind of slow, although up close scanning, melee attacks apply the Machine Spirit Communion effect on all attacked enemies. That's the one that decreases the damage. That's kind of useful, although if he's standing next to them, I don't really need it, because they're either going to run or they're going to attack him, at which point he'll just simply parry that. Yeah. Armor penetration of fainting attack is reduced to minus 20%. Okay. And this deals 3 direct damage if you dash over someone. Whenever you deal additional damage, it's based off of, you do something based off of agility. Let's not worry about that. You gain 15 lethality against enemies that have these effects. Don't care about lethality, don't care about lethality. When you have no allies, you gain dodge. Whenever you deal direct damage to an enemy with a single attack, you gain lethality. Okay. Agi bonus. That's the direct damage there. Okay. All enemies that do not have their assassin in line of sight suffer the unexpected or unexpected effect. Okay. Just seeing what other stuff we got here. Is any of this good? Not particularly, no. I mean, I guess that professional acumen is okay. Being able to dash around for free. If an enemy suffers a critical hit from one of the assassin's allies at the start of the assassin's turn, a new opening is created on that enemy, whichever side is closest. Okay. Professional acumen, I guess, is okay. I mean, it's kind of fine. Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be something better to take, though. I could also take... Have I taken this? Yes. Okay. I could take base skill Medicae to allow me to take advanced skill Medicae later. Potentially okay. Yeah, potentially. Let's see. Gain a plus 10 bonus to hit chance and dodge reduction against any target they hit with a single target attack. Successful critical hits increase the hit chance and dodge reduction by 20. I kind of like acceleration protocol, actually. Let's take it. I clicked on it by accident, but I think it's fine. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Then Abelard. Okay. What have we got here? Critical hits deal less damage to you. That could be good. We've already taken that you gain additional armor and parry. So then have crits do less. While Bulwark is active, the Vanguard counts as full cover for their allies. Okay. Potentially okay. Base skill Carouse, potentially okay. Stronger Together, potentially okay. Let's take Resilient Beacon. This gives him a huge amount of reduction on what critical hits do to him, which means that he is even tankier. I get 2 talents. I get common talent as well. Okay. Increase your wounds by 11. Okay. That's not bad. Could take the basic skill Carouse, I suppose. I could take no heresy potentially. Which is fine, but I don't think we actually need that. Stronger together would give everyone toughness. Whenever you're affected by an ally's damaging ability, it does a fell bonus thing. Okay. You can wear power armor. I mean, that's fine, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't know. Breaking point? No. Dual weapon combat? And no, you don't use dual weapons. You just use one very heavy weapon. Okay. Power weapon expert? Maybe something like that could be good. Nimble? Dueling mastery gains a bonus to parry. You just give him increased movement. You know what? 2 movement's pretty good. Let's do that. So now he's even tankier and he can move even quicker. Fantastic. Right, well, with that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.